The moment that I got the gut health diet you sent me and an inflammation diet, and I had all of the data for my body, things are starting to finally shift and change. And it actually feels pretty good to know, huh, like, okay, well, that makes sense. So
Mhm.
that's kind of my gut health story. You've helped me so much with all of that.
Well, I think most of us can agree that at some point during our life, going poo is not something people want to talk about. Almost even worse than talking about your menstrual cycle.
Ah,
And yet, and yet, yeah, it's all fine and dandy until you can't go, and then you're like panic mode. So the gut health, and we've all heard that all disease begins in the gut. So your gut health is super important, and people are throwing all sorts of things in there without clear, targeted, approach to what is it that we're trying to achieve here. And I'm glad you brought up vitamin D because vitamin D is actually a pro-hormone. So we're talking about hormones, we're talking about gut health, and it all starts from vitamin D. If your D is low, nothing else is going to work because hormones are created through the metabolism of fat and cholesterol under your skin and in your liver. And if you don't get up in the sun, or you're slathering on sunscreen and you're wearing a hat and you're wearing sunglasses and you're hiding from the sun, guaranteed you don't have enough vitamin D to make your hormones. Guaranteed you don't have enough vitamin D to create the bacteria in your gut that's necessary to break down your food so that whatever is going in is actually able to be metabolized and then eliminated, and create your B vitamins because we are able to create those in our gut or are supposed to be. So that's huge, is getting your D up, like way, way up. And that's one thing we see all the time. People say, "Oh, I take vitamin D." How much do you take? Oh, I take 2,000 units. They don't understand there's not a correlation. I mean, you can have a medication that you take 0.025 milligrams and it could be really, really strong, so they don't understand. They think 2,000 is like huge. And then come to find out that we're administering 20, 30, 50, 300,000 units to get people up to where they need to be. So they're just mind blown about that and terribly freaked out. But that is the biggest deficiency I see among people. And so your gut won't work properly.
What
And
do
then
you think's a good daily then, Julia, for
I,
people,
I think average
for the
20,000.
average person?
20.
20,000.
If you go if you go hang out at the beach for the day with your family and you're wearing your bikini and you get that nice little glow where you have that little pink skin, not burnt,
Mhm.
but and you go home and you sleep so good.
Yeah.
So you absorb about 30,000 that day that you spent at the beach. So it's
You
fine. Our
shouldn't
body can.
shower right away, right? I've also heard you should not shower. So after you've been in the sun for a while, you should not shower for at least a half hour to an hour to let the vitamin D really do its thing. Is that true?
Let
Or
it. I